Hi there, this is Mike Nawrocki.
And Tim Hodge. We're here to guide you through the Ballad of Little Joe.
Little Joe.
I don't have any hands.
Yeah, this original concept came through Robert G. Lee, not to be confused with the Civil War general.
No. In fact, Robert G. Lee is not from the South. He's from California.
The New South.
The New South.
Or is that Atlanta?
Alright, better get on
Anyway,
out there.
I directed the show, and Mike provided, once again, a voice for Larry and directed the silly song in the middle.
The silly song in the middle, yes. And we had a good time on the development crew with Little Joe as well together.
Yes.
Along with Phil and Gail and the gang. And
David Pitts.
and
We all
David Pitts.
sat around and
made Little Joe a fun little show, I think. So
yes. Here we are going through the credits. The show is new, but the credits are old.
You know, I don't think we've updated the some of these scenes in the credits since I don't know, maybe since King George and the Ducky. I think there might be some King George and the Ducky scenes in
the
here.
montage.
Yeah, and the little montage stuff here. See if we can recognize it. I think this is pretty sequential. Yeah, we go down memory lane here.
Yes, I wasn't here for any of these
show
shows.
number 6. No, that was Christmas show number 6. Okay, Madame Bouvier, that was number 10. There's King George. I think that's the latest.
Yeah, my first week on the job was when we had the rap party for King George and the Ducky.
Really? Oh, yeah. Well, you were down.
I got to go bowling with you, but I didn't work on the show. No.
Well, I remember when you watched Larry Boy and the Rumor Weed
Yes, that
with
was
us
when he was
in Orlando.
yeah.
That was kind of fun. Had a big party at your house with a bunch of other animators from another animation company
Which
in
shall
Orlando.
remain nameless.
Okay.
Did you sing on this theme song?
No, I didn't. I wrote the theme song, but I didn't sing it. Lisa and I wrote it, but I didn't sing. I was too busy playing the tuba, which Kurt actually played. But, you know, as Larry the Cucumber, he was playing the tuba. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
And
Yep.
we're here to answer your questions.
Yep.
Now this week we got a letter from Pete McGinnis in Newcastle, Indiana.
Did you make up that name?
We made up the name. I'm
Okay.
sorry to break it to you kids, but we made up the name.
All my friends
The
are in
problems
Mrs.
are real,
Peterson's
but the
class,
names
but I
have
got
been
stuck in
changed.
Mr. Schubert's class.
Oh, I wanted to make sure that his teacher that he's in the class with isn't a bad teacher. It's just all his friends are in the other class.
That's a
Right,
So
right,
we just-
okay.
That's the bad thing that's happened.
That's a bad thing that's happened.
I know
Okay.
a Bible
He
story
wants
that
to
I
be-
think could help
Not like
a
naming
lot.
your kid Hubert, because I got a letter once when remember the thing from what was it, King George and the Ducky, actually,
Yeah.
When Jimmy Gord said, "Who would name their kid Hubert?" I got a letter from a guy whose name was Hubert, and he said, "My mother would name her kid Hubert." I felt really bad. There are people named Hubert in the world,
And some
and
nice
it's a
people named Hubert.
nice people with a nice name. Yes,
Did I really say
exactly.
promise?
So
Yes, you did,
it's
Bob.
not fun, not nice to make fun of
I really think
names.
We need to do a Bible story.
So where were we then?
They're arguing about doing a Western or Bible study.
Oh yeah, I like that.
A Western, Bob.
Now that little drawing of Pa Grape there, actually, I pulled that from some old artwork that Daniel Lopez did for the Star of Christmas.
Oh, cool. That's a little light bulb that went
Yeah,
on and
that was
said,
an
okay.
original design.
Very
After
cool.
discussion,
That's
Larry
great.
and I have decided
I love
that
watching
what you
Bob's
really
face.
need
Disguises
is a
his feelings
Western
not so
Bible
well
story.
sometimes.
You can just see the angst
Without
in his
further
eyes.
ado,
The Ballad of Little Joe.
And that worried smile. I like the tumbleweed. That was a late edition.
This of course was based on the Bible story of Joseph.
in Egypt. And we have the Okie Dokie Corral. For all you kids who don't know, there's a real place called the OK Corral.
This
There's
is
a
simply
joke. In case you didn't get it,
okey-dokey.
you can laugh now.
So all the biblical elements, the sort of the all of the
Reuben,
Israel / Egyptian / things have turned all Western.
Ash,
Yeah.
Dan, Natty,
Yeah, Natty is his real in the Bible's name's Naphtali, but Natty
Yeah,
sounded a little
Natty's-
more Western.
Well, and Jude of course is Judah.
Judah,
Yeah,
yeah. Jude
yeah.
sounded real good.
Yeah.
And plus we got the Hey Jude joke in there too.
Yeah, that was a good one to go. You know, it was cool for me in this show. I got to play
love
the
this
good
shot.
guy and the bad guy.
Oh, that's right.
I got to be Little Joe and Jude, so
That's
a little
right.
dual role there.
Little
Felt like Mike Myers.
psychosis. Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy dream I had last night. Quiet
You see, and I tried to see Ruben back there with the hat like Hoss wore in Bonanza.
Okay,
Besides
yep.
talking differently, God had given him great
And we gave Jude the
organizational
black
ability.
hat because he was the bad guy.
He was the bad guy, yeah. We needed to have a bad guy. I remember talking about that, singling out one of the brothers as worse than the others.
And biblically, Judah was the one that was suggesting, let's get rid of him. And,
Right.
And Reuben was, even though he didn't like him, he always came in and said, no, let's don't spill any blood. Let's don't hurt him.
Right.
Let's just sell him.
Let's just sell him. Which has been fascinating. It's fascinating to me just that, through Judah, that's the lineage of Christ as well, so through that tribe. So he could be the baddest one of all, yet,
Did you recognize those sheep?
Yeah. Those are Jonah sheep, right?
Jonah.
Yep.
And those are yummy looking pancakes too. Those are original. And the grits there, you see the grits behind them?
No, I didn't see the grits.
There's a bowl of grits. And then when Joseph Pulich originally designed his grits, he had never had grits. So he didn't know what it looked like. So I gave
them
him
Yankees. Yep. Good thing you're from the South and you know what a good grit is.
I went out and I got him a box of grits.
Oh yeah, those are grits. I've had grits before.
Grits are good.
See, but I've moved around a lot, So I've been in the North, I've been in the West, I've been in the... Actually, I haven't been in the South. That's the only place I haven't been. Haven't lived in the South. I've been there a couple times, but haven't lived there.
Grits is good.
Although I have family in Dallas, so that's South.
Yes, technically.
Yeah. So, and they're really gonna like this in Dallas. I
They're
hope.
going to love this in Dallas.
Yep. Because I got.
If you
cowboy
live in
hats.
Dallas and you're listening to this and you like it, send us a letter.
telling us that you like it.
Try it on.
And if you don't like it, let me see.
Send
Somebody else a letter.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
I love this part.
He's got a good. I like his
Doesn't he?
swagger there.
Oh,
That's
that
a nice
runway
one.
walk?
Yeah, that's nice swagger.
I love Kurt's music in that too.
Yeah.
Something special.
And what do Mittens say?
They say, you are not as special as your brother.
And for my birthday wish, I want
Nice
to
little
tell you
candle
all
there.
about my
I like
latest
the candle.
dream. It was
Oh, we were saying how you love it in Texas too, and in Oklahoma, which I went to high school. It was in Oklahoma, and David
Okay.
Pitts, our producer, who's not here, he was my guidance counselor, not guidance counselor. He was my youth pastor.
Youth pastor,
When I was
which
in
is
high
kind of a
school.
guidance counselor too, I
Yeah.
guess, in some ways.
But he was a youth pastor when I was in high school in Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma.
So this-
All right. So this is
We
genuine.
were all chomping at the
This
bit to
isn't
do a
just made
Western.
by a bunch of Yankees.
No, this is made
Yep.
by good Southern folk.
That's right. So I really like this treatment of the dream, and the way that you gave it the Western spin. That's very nice.
Thanks. Yeah, we wondered, should we use armadillos or what? And cactuses just kind of.
And did Tom Owens, did he do the drawings
No,
for that?
actually, that one I did the drawings.
Oh, you did the drawings for that?
Tom Owens did the drawings for the cattle dream that comes up later.
What are you
That's very
saying?
cool.
And the
That you
paintings on the
will
wall
run
here were done by
around
Chuck
and
Vollmer.
you-
Most of them, there are a few that are, a couple that were from Michael Spooner, who borrowed from Easter and Christmas.
Okay.
Maybe you should cut down on the bratwurst before bed. Huh?
Please.
Bratwurst. Bratwurst is always fun.
Make his brothers like him any better.
And
All right.
like the mine shaft
Why
here.
are we at this old
Yeah.
abandoned mine shaft?
I was thinking the first time I saw these final shots, just how far we've come between Daniel on the lion's den and this. When he gets tossed down, when Larry gets tossed down his first mine shaft.
Yeah, we
This is a much
revisit
more
that.
attractive mine shaft.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, just nice, kind of cool shadows in there and
Okay.
nice blue sky.
I still don't see any.
Great composition. He gets shoved down. Don't I get a phone call?
You didn't even have any dust on that show, did you?
No, there was no such thing as dust. Actually, though, we did use dust in show number 2.
Yes, I
when
remember
Junior
that.
got thrown in the sandbox.
It kind of looked like dust.
Yeah, that was kind of like dust.
Really? It made me laugh.
They're mean brothers.
I know.
Hey, who's that? What are you guys doing?
I like
Come
that shot
on,
right there. He
joke's
looks so
over.
lonely.
He does.
Real funny.
We should have a lion just walking by, just
With a
for
pizza
reference,
box.
with a pizza box.
Yeah.
This around your middle.
Who are you?
Never you mind. Just tie the rope.
That was
You
me.
did-
That was my
Mike
voice.
did that voice
That
too.
was my scallion number 2 voice with a southern accent. Tie this around your middle.
Now, see, this is where he loses his vest. You see that if you're watching closely. He lost his vest of many colors.
You better come to your senses.
Yep. Oh, if you're gonna have a Beatles reference, you gotta have a Eagles reference
Yeah,
as well.
definitely.
Yep.
We should have got more song references in there. We could-
Yeah, I think three would have been good. That would have been a charm. Although later he does say "Hey Jude" again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but maybe
Yeah,
he could have said something else
And here we
like
have our Bonanza map reference.
from some other song.
Lango Lake from Keith Lango. Our,
Oh yeah, yep,
CG guy.
yep, yep.
Dangerous bed.
Oh, and here's our little Bonanza joke. Here we go.
Did you put out the campfire last night?
That was a nice little burning edge
Yeah,
thing.
actually, Brad Hebert did that, and he got real flames and mapped them onto some computer thing. You know, they do
Really?
computer magic over there in the effects
Oh,
lab.
wow.
This is one of my favorite shots in the whole show. Tom Falter animated this,
Mm-hmm.
and I laugh. See, I laugh every single time.
You just did. Okay, remember what we had talked about doing originally here was having little Joe sold as cattle?
Yes.
And he was dressed up completely.
And a
So he
cow
was
suit.
sold as cattle, but he showed up at this Chuck E. Cheese-like place dressed up as a cow. So a remnant of that still remained, which was just his little cow hat. But the idea was it was supposed to be like a Chuck E. Cheese pizza joint.
You know, also in here originally there was a shot. We went back to the ranch and showed them giving the tattered vest back to Pa and saying, you know, little Joe
Oh,
got ate
yeah.
up in a wild gopher accident.
Yeah.
But we had to shorten the show, and that scene wasn't really fitting very well.
Oh, so it was cut out?
Yeah. But we did bring Pa back at the end. I love Bill Flynn.
Yeah.
It reminds me of an old root beer commercial I saw as a kid, where everybody started blowing the heads off their root beer in each other's faces like the Keystone Cops
Oh, yeah?
pie in the face.
Was it like A&W? An
Yeah.
A&W?
Oh, I didn't want to
commercial?
mention the brand name.
Oh, sorry. Drink A&W root beer. It's delicious.
Or the root beer of your choice. Oh, the cornucopia painting on the wall, that was another Chuck Ballmer
Oh,
special.
that's
there.
nice.
Oh, here's Jackie Ritz being Madame Blueberry again.
I think
This song
this is we've had 3 or 4 Madame Blueberries, I think, and Jackie Ritz is an awfully good Madame Blueberry.
She pulls it off real well. We had to cut this song about in half because of
Really?
the show length.
Oh
too.
yeah. Yeah, I think I saw a version of the story reel before the cuts had been made. But you don't miss much. I mean,
No, there was a line
moves
there where
along
she
really
talked
well.
about her pants being tight, you know, and how things are going bad, and that was a line I missed.
Okay, yeah.
And
Peanuts,
I-
get your hot roasted peanuts.
that was always a funny joke, the way she said it. And now my favorite pants are tight. Like,
Well-
oh, things get much worse for this poor woman?
But Melancholy's pretty funny. though.
Melancholy, yes. I would not get rid of the melancholy
Yeah.
gag. That was too funny.
I like her hair. That's nice.
Hot roasted peanuts.
Did you do that? Did you style her hair there?
It was a combination of things. Jin Jang did the modeling on that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like. Did you notice the video games in the background? We pulled the Moby
The
Blast.
Moby Blaster.
We
Okay.
came up with a couple others, like the Cactus Roundup. And there's another one over there. I can't remember the name of it offhand. We'll see it.
Okay.
Ah,
I wasn't sure if you'd work out when I bought you from those desperados.
and straighten the picture. There you go.
Congratulations, my lad.
Employee of the month? Oh, thank you, Mr. McPotterford. I won't let you down. You'll see.
I like the way
From
he
now on,
puts
I'll
his
work
tray up
harder
here.
than
Little
ever.
whoop. Off to do a good day's work. Oh, woman scorned.
Oh, you know what I really liked? I don't know if you've shown it yet, but her little, her little.
Oh, yeah,
her
when she
toothy
grits her
thing.
teeth, that
Yeah.
comes up later.
Oh, that comes up
That
later.
came up
That was
later.
that was cool. I'd never seen that before in a veggie character.
Get out of here.
Why would I do that?
He's so oblivious to everything.
You and I both know you don't want to be here. with
You know,
this
you can
much
barely
energy.
see him too, but see on the table there,
Mm-hmm.
there's some playing cards. Those are also the Go Fish cards.
The
from
Go Fish
Johnny.
cards. Oh, yeah, cool.
Not to mention I'd probably lose my status.
I think you can see them a little more clearly in another
Yep.
shot, where a little overhead.
Yep.
There, that's
Oh,
the.
that's the very nice, nicely gird.
Yeah. See the Days Without a Fight poster back there too. That was used in a verse that we cut out.
Oh, well, that's
Oh, okay,
He's a-
okay.
he's been, oh no, he did sing it, but we cut back to it. Originally, he marked another day off.
Okay.
Put some extra stuff
Oh, there's that cornucopia painting. That's real nice.
Then we get the.
I think this is a nice use of
Ketchup
Potiphar's wife. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
having her in this as a saloon singer.
Trouble here.
I like Bob's entrance there too.
stealing from dear old
Yeah, this is a nice way to
MacArthur
put her in
since the
with
day
the
you're
story consistent with the Bible and but make it different enough.
Yeah.
This does not look good.
Joe, me lad.
Oh man, the wind changes so quick, doesn't
To
it?
say for yourself.
We don't love you anymore.
To the judge.
Oh, hey, did her picture disappear from the wall?
No.
Madame Blueberries?
I don't think so.
I
Back
think
it
when
up.
I think
No, you can't.
I think when we cut back, it wasn't on the wall again.
Oh shoot! I knew there was something.
All right, here's a silly song.
This is
Okay.
Mike's little ditty.
Little ditty. Yeah, you know, I began writing this silly song to go in Dr. Jiggle, which is the show that's going to be coming out after Little Joe, that's attached to Snoodle. It's Snoodle's Tale and Dr. Jiggle. And the idea was that, you know, he had this disguise, you know, that Mr. Lunt as the front guy in this boy band,
Yeah.
you know, had something he was, you know, a secret he was hiding, and kind of like Dr. Jiggle did. And so that's kind of where that came from. But then we ended up putting it on this show, and I think the contrast is really nice. It has nothing to do with the show itself.
Yeah, it's a
and it
nice-
worked out pretty
It's a
well.
nice break too, because we leave Little Joe really sad, so it's nice to have a break for some comedy.
But yeah, we wanted to go very boy band with this in the styling, and you know, just visually and with the music and everything. And so we pulled together some boy band videos and watched a lot of boy band videos.
I
and
feel sorry for you.
Yeah,
You had
it was a tough one. It was a tough one, but you know, we had
It
to.
looks beautiful. You did a
It was,
great
it was
job.
for the people. And so, oh, and you know what we did too? We did some cool editing effects with this too. Some like nice little glows on it and everything.
Yeah.
See the nice little glow on the collar.
The
Yeah.
painting on the wall there, Michael Spooner did that for Christmas. The
Oh, yeah.
Christmas, Star Christmas,
Yep.
and they borrowed it for this.
You know, one regret that we had that little eye chart in back
Yes.
end. Yeah, you
It
know,
doesn't say
it doesn't
anything.
say anything, and it could have said
It
something.
could have had your name in there. It could
Yeah,
have a joke
that
in there.
we missed an opportunity there with that eye chart. It's just really sad. But it's one of those things. It's a texture that didn't get made till the very end, and we just had to put it in there. I just like, you know, there was something about, you know, I need to tell you something. I don't got a belly
how
button.
did you come up with the belly button? That concept.
Well,
the whole idea.
I think, oh boy, it's hard to say. Oh, you know what? It started off with, I know your eyes see right through my disguise. I wrote that line, and I thought to myself, that's a really.
That's my favorite shot.
Oh,
right there.
oh
I
yeah,
love
you like that one?
That is my favorite shot. of the
Oh,
whole song.
thanks. This one's kind of nice
Yeah,
too with the little
that's-
heart monitor. But I wrote that line, and I thought, that's really cheesy. You know, I just didn't like that lyric. I thought, what am I writing a song for a boy band? And then I said, wait a minute, maybe I am writing a song for a boy band. And so I tried to come up with some really obvious bad rhymes, you know. And when I got all done with it, it sounded exactly like a boy band song. And so, and then, you know, I came up with the, you know, that hook. I need to tell you something. I don't got a belly button. I really like the sound of that. And then I started working with Kurt. I had the general melody down, and I started working with Kurt on the music. And Kurt, if he wasn't making music for us, I'm afraid he'd probably be in a boy band because he's so good at the
Very
boy
adept
band
at it.
sound. Yeah, that he nailed it right away.
Khalil making another appearance.
Now this little rap break in. Oh yeah, hello Khalil. On this little rap break in here. You know, we wanted to, it's an ode to all the rappers that come into all the boy band groups and do. So we wanted to make it sort of Beastie Boys, kind of mixed with, you know,
NSYNC and-
Justin Timberlake, you
Yeah.
know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that was fun recording that. I had never done a rap. I probably never will again.
Being from a boy from Oklahoma and everything.
I like the way they never look at the camera too.
Oh yeah, they're too cool.
Distance.
They're too cool to
Too
look at the
cool.
camera.
Very stylish. The zooms.
Keep that camera working.
Yeah. Weren't there some other things hanging on the wall too? Some of those charts or pictures? Weren't they?
Well, the doctor is in, and then there's just some bad pastel paintings like you see in like every doctor's
Okay.
office. Yeah.
Oh, what was the magazine Junior was reading?
What was that magazine? Oh, I can't remember. I'll have to go back to that one.
Freeze frame it. And
We'll
look
go
at
back.
it.
We'll go back and find out if Mine and Blueberry's still on the wall and what that magazine Junior was reading was.
Now back to our story. It's a happy little jail, isn't it?
That's one stretchy quilt. Doot, doot. I like this version of the song.
As opposed, oh, I mean,
Well, yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's reprised a bunch. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Criminals both left and right.
I like them all, but this one is particularly punchy.
If you freeze frame that, look at it, those are all people who work here. Most of them are. With Charlie Pincher's up there, but David Pitts, our producer's on there.
Yep.
Chuck Vollmer and Tim Lannon, and who else is up there? Joseph Pulich and Michael Spooner.
Yep.
I like his run to the jail, too.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of nice. You know what I like about the jail? I like the low ceilings.
Yeah.
It gives it a really nice feeling. Very dungeony.
I like the way the low security, too. Get some scissors.
It's like Otis and Mayberry.
And he needs his scissors for his quilting, in case you're wondering why they have scissors.
They wouldn't normally have that scissors in prison.
No.
Just in case you're wondering.
Do you recognize this prison, though?
Is this from Christmas as well?
This is pretty much the same set. We added the window over there for him to look out.
All right, men, lights out.
Oh, cool. But the stonework is the same?
Stonework
They
is
had the
the
same
same,
masons in there?
Yeah.
That's cool.
We and the cots there, the little things. Those are
Jonas cuts?
Yeah.
Oh, nice dilation.
Thank you. The light's going. And there's Charlie Pincher.
Although I forget, is dilation when your pupils like get
That's
smaller, or is when they get bigger?
Bigger. Dilation is bigger. So it's, what do you call it? Constriction.
Constriction. Nice constriction.
Yes. So you not only get a director's comedy, you get a vocabulary lesson.
You're going back to work today.
See, this is educational.
Up the river. Congratulations.
Educational.
Anyone here? Oh, yes.
Now this shot right here coming up, this is to prove that Archie and Scallion #1 are not the same character.
People think they are, and they're not. See, and there they are in the same
Their voices are
show.
so incredibly similar.
It's like seeing Michael and LaToya in the same shot.
Yeah. Well, what always confused the matter too is in King George and the Ducky, he had the Scallion #1 had a monocle.
Oh yeah,
And
okay.
that really
Yep.
threw people off.
Yep.
Oh, well, I've always just had this thing for dreams. Just another way God made me special.
Yeah, and he loves you very much.
See, the other thing we wanted to be sure of in this story, because this story has been told so many times about Joseph being a dreamer, and,
Yes.
and you know, if you dream it, you can do it, and it's sort of the power of your own will to do things.
Right.
And and it's really not what the Bible says at all.
Right.
So
We definitely wanted to make that distinction.
That's
It's
right.
like, keep on doing what's right, no matter what it looks like, and believe that God will pull you through somehow.
right, yeah, and just the fact that God becomes the hero of the story rather than Joseph.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
I like this little joke here too. And most of my brothers. Okay.
Good night, God.
The very next day, who should show up but the mayor himself?
As I believe, we can all see here.
Archie and his charts.
Now, what do the lines represent?
I'm not really sure. The cash reserves of the town, like how much spending and how much. There's a Joel Maines came up with that gag. I like the sound of
The
dodgeball. That's a classic sound. Running gag. Here we go. Poor little man.
So the lines again on the chart. So
I guess the red line is how much spending, and the green line is how much money they have. Or
Oh, okay. I guess. I
I love
didn't
Archie's
take
face right
accounting.
here. He has such a look of contempt for the mayor.
Begging the mayor's pardon, but I know someone who might be able to.
I like those little house on the prairie bonnets. Those are very nice.
Actually, those are from Christmas.
Those are from
Christmas too.
wow, wow. Well, I guess it was kind of the same era anyway.
Yeah, just the same fashions on either side
Late
of the
19th
Atlantic.
century.
Yeah.
I can't interpret your dreams, but God can.
And we used that stove around a few times. That one we used in Christmas. It's also going to be in Easter. It's in this room. It's also in the jail. It's a nice prop to keep in the corner to fill up empty space.
Earlier today, I had the strangest dream.
Now this was all done by Tom Owens.
by Tom Owens, yeah.
Yeah, and
This is very Ren and Stimpy. I love this look.
yeah, there was the original idea here was instead of salting, the cow had like a huge bite taken out of it. Like, you
Just
could
a
see
little
the
too
teeth mark.
extreme.
A little too painful looking, so we decided let's tone it down a little bit.
In front of a large group of people in my underwear. What's that about?
Aha, he's in his underwear.
Underwear joke. Always gonna laugh. You are laughing, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Quite simple.
That wasn't just a courtesy laugh. That was very. That was,
Yeah, also, we had to cut out
Very
another
sincere.
bit too. We had he had like 3 interpreters, including Joseph lined up, and he went to like the first 2, and they couldn't interpret his dream, and then got to Joseph, who could.
yeah.
But again, the show was just running so long, we had to trim it out.
Yep. It moves it right along too.
You
It's
should
nice.
store away as much food as possible to give back to the people during the 7 bad years, and Dodgeball City will be saved.
Yeah, the 7 years and 7 years is right out of the Bible too. We kept the length of the famine and the plenty the same.
Yeah. How many different costumes does Joe have?
Oh, let's see. He's got with when we first see him out of the house. Then when he gets his vest on, that's another costume change. And then in his jail outfit. Oh, in his cowhead outfit. And then in this outfit right here, his, his Tom Mix duds. So that's 5 costume changes.
Wow. I think that's the most.
And the
we've
kicker,
ever
he's got a spur.
had. That jingle jangle jingles.
No, little Joe got right to it, doing things right and making stuff work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the I hear that the cutout scenes
Oh, the ones we deleted?
will be available on the DVD in storyboard form. So
you'll be able to hunt them down.
So surf around and find them.
Yeah, this song was much longer. Actually, there was another verse of this song here with lyrics, but we trimmed it down too. I don't know if it'll be on theirs too.
Oh, so just did a montage with music.
Did you notice what the food was they're storing up?
Yep. Mr. Twisty. Twisted Leafies. Oh no, Twisted Cheese. I still call them Twisted Leafies. Another bit of trivia. Originally, the cheese curls were Leafies in Jonah, and we changed them to cheese curls, but I still call them Leafies.
I like this cloud effect here.
That's really cool.
That's the famine just coming to town. I love his hat. It's so incredibly huge. It's like Jethro Bodine or something.
Oh, nothing's gonna grow in that soil for years.
As if anything ever could grow in that soil.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Moby Blaster.
Yeah, and the Cactus Roundup.
All right.
Well, sir, I've got a family out there somewhere. I just hope they're all right.
Oh, I'd be surprised if this drought was that widespread. I'm sure they're right as rain.
And meanwhile, back at the ranch, now we get to see Ben.
Oh, now Benjamin
Ben's-
all grown up. Do we ever call Benjamin, or is he just Ben?
Just Ben.
Little Ben.
Yeah. This sounds more like a Western name.
I like little hot thing.
This Ginsu knife.
We're actually going to use those knives in the sumos. The sumo of the
really?
opera, which is another show we
cool.
got coming up. We got a little, sushi restaurant thing.
Joe with his clipboard. Because he's a great organizer, you see. And now we have our little homage to every Western.
Is this the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? Is that where this one's
Yeah.
from? This is great. I love this.
Well, not so much that we're actually infringing on copyright. It's just a parody.
Oh, it's an homage. Yeah.
An homage.
Yeah.
I have to say that just to.
Yeah, didn't they use a
Like-
cucumber with the mustache in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
And now he's oh no, it's my brothers. I gotta hide.
Cleverly disguised.
Howdy, strangers. I run this here
And this is
town.
probably the most Western
do you
part of
for?
the script.
Hey, Tails,
Howdy, I reckon, and we
So
come
this-
on down and.
So this was interesting for me because this is me disguising my voice as Larry, disguising his voice in a lower Western voice.
Yes, and also you doing a French Western accent.
Yeah.
I reckon we come on down.
Vocal acrobats.
Oh, you see, Ruben's feeling bad there.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, they're starting to come around a little bit.
They could not mix it right.
His heart is broken.
Now, you and Phil do so many paired up voices together. You do, well, in the Pirates, you and Phil do all the pirates.
Uh-huh.
You, Bob and Larry,
Uh-huh.
and you do Philippe and Jean-Claude.
Right.
And Jimmy and Jerry.
Jimmy and Jerry. Yep. Yep. Wherever there's a pair of brothers or a pair of buddy old pals, there we are.
I keep forgetting that Jimmy and Jerry are brothers. That's right.
Yeah, they're brothers. Yep. They are brothers.
And we get to use a horse again here. See, the original script actually had horses in it, but we knew horses a lot, very difficult for us to make.
It's a lot
on our-
easier to roll than it is to
Yes.
walk.
I like the way people wink at each other in movies, and and they know exactly what they want.
Strangers ready to
I want a
go.
double cheeseburger, hold the
I reckon
lettuce.
so. Your men gave us everything we need. We tried to pay, but
Yeah, you know, those rolling horses worked out a lot better too.
Wonder
Yeah,
why
it's
you
funnier.
would take
Yeah.
money from a bunch of low-down dirty thieves.
The only thing missing from this Western is we don't have a train. A good Western needs a train rolling into town, too.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah.
couldn't squeeze it in as well.
Yep,
to buy
yep.
some food.
You could have the train bringing the famine into town.
There you go.
Them ain't
We'll do that in the
pepperonis,
remake.
partner.
I like that line. They ain't pepperoni's partner.
Yeah, the alliteration. You read it real well, too.
You bet
Oh,
there's
I thank
been
you very
mistake.
much.
Your brother tried to steal from me, and we don't take kindly to stealing around these here parts.
Hey, you don't understand. My
Oh,
pa
it's
has
desperate.
already
And
lost
it's
one
very
boy.
sad to see
That's
Junior
why
in
he
jail,
lost
too.
Yep.
That kind of tears at your heartstrings.
I think this is my first performance as Jean-Claude in a sincere, you
Yeah,
know,
he's got some
heart-
depth in him,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
yeah. He
actually
went a little
turns.
deeper this time around.
I like the way they all fit through the bars. Hey!
All right. Everybody
And the way
get
the
out
key's
of
still
there.
stuck up on the wall.
Little Joe, we got a problem. Little Joe?
Now, something we didn't notice here until late in the game, that he does actually call him Little Joe in front of his brothers, and they don't catch on.
Oh.
We didn't notice that till late.
Till
late in
later?
the show.
Okay.
It was too late to do anything about it.
Yeah, kind of like that Madame Blueberry picture on the wall thing.
Yeah. And right there, too, we had a shot where he actually goes and shaves his mustache off real quick.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
It
kind
was
of cool.
pretty funny. Went to and they got a hairdryer out and a
Uh-huh.
razor and gargled and brushed his teeth.
That would have
It's
been
me! It was funny. It just the show was running long.
funny. Oh man.
Punish me, but I beg
Yeah,
you,
I
let
remember
my
remember when we
brothers
cut Esther all the
Yeah.
shreds because we had to because we had to take it out.
45 minutes
We
long.
cut out so many good
What you did
gags.
was wrong,
That was so
and
sad.
it hurt me very much.
Now this line coming up,
But what you intended for harm, God
that one,
used for good.
what you intended for harm, but God turned good. That's right out of the Bible too. That's,
Yep. That's a lift.
And that's pretty much what the whole story's about right there too. So we had to keep that as original as possible.
That's right.
And you and we bring Paul back. That was funny. I think Joel Maines came up with that gag too, using the. I don't remember now.
The mittens on the
Yeah,
moose head.
yeah, bringing the whole thing back. But you and Phil do all 10 or 11 brothers there too, don't you?
Yeah. Well, 10
Except-
brothers. Yeah.
except
And
for
then
Ben.
Benjamin. Yeah.
And the running gag gets its closure. And the bad guys get theirs. See, the bandits
Wow.
pay for their crime.
See, that's the great thing about westerns, you know.
Everything wraps up.
Yeah.
That was great,
Yep.
Bob. That was the best Western Bible story I ever heard.
Well, thanks, Larry. We're over here by Cordy.
And
to
Cordy
talk
is
about
all
what we
this.
learned
Has
today.
Cordy changed over the years? Is Cordy still the same Cordy?
Nope, he's still a 386.
Oh, you like our new song?
That's very cool. Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
I have, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's very cool.
And we pulled Lisa back in to sing it again, and
that's
Kurt
Brian
Jo-
Roberts in
Brian
the lead there.
Roberts and,
Yep.
and Kurt Heineke did the bass bits.
Yep, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna upgrade Cordy one of these days. Actually, in the show after this, no, is it after this? No, the one after that, in Sumo of the Opera, we actually Cordy has
No
a little
way.
accident. Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. So
Keep me on pins and needles.
yeah,
here.
Don't want to have everybody like waiting for a year on that one, but stay tuned.
Okay.
But God can use the good stuff and the
This
bad
is a great
stuff
lesson,
and
too.
Put it all together.
That's why it's
to
all
make
encapsulated very
something
nicely.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob. Let's see if Cordy has a verse for us.
great. Okay.
Hey, Cordy, you got anything?
Did you do that?
Got a
Well,
better
Brian
verse
Roberts
for
and I
that?
did.
Okay.
I did the artwork and Brian animated it.
On After Effects?
Yeah.
And we know
Oh, that's
that
cool.
God causes all things to work together for good to those who love God. Romans 8:28.
Yep. So, Pete, even though you aren't in the class you wanted to be in, remember that God loves you just as much as he loved little Joe. And if you try to do what's right,
Bob's so
you might be
sincere. He can get so
what
upset
God
with
has
Larry, but he
planned
just
for
comes
you.
across. I mean, when it comes down to it,
Yeah, he's gruff but
he's
lovable.
one genuine tomato.
English immersion camp.
What?
Flav, Gurk,
Okay, what does Flav Gurk Flav mean?
remember,
That means fly,
social,
pickle, fly.
Where,
Daddy loves
and
you
Well,
very
see, okay, here's the story behind that. Larry Pernosky, who's the head of our HR,
Yeah.
his son, Mark Pernosky, actually has gone to Danish immersion camp, and he actually spent almost a year in Denmark right after high school.
Yeah.
And when he left, I wanted to give him a special departing gift, and so
Yeah.
Brian Roberts drew Larry. Oh, and he wanted to be a pilot too. That's the other thing. So,
okay.
see, that's how it's all coming together. So he wanted to be a pilot, but he wanted to fly for Greenland Air. So, which is kind of an odd, dream for a high school guy, but he wanted to, learn
Cuts down
Danish
the competition, I'm sure.
and fly for Greenland Air.
So-
But it's a good goal to have.
Fly, pickle, fly.
That's right. So it means fly, pickle, fly. And so, Brian Roberts drew a picture of Larry flying a little airplane, and I looked up the words on the internet, fly, gurk, flav, flav, gurk, flav, and I gave it to him, and he told me that he thought that was probably correct.
So there you have it. It's probably correct.
It's probably correct.
I like reading the credits. I know I don't read the credits usually of shows I didn't work on.
Uh-huh.
But if you're still with us, folks, read these names. All these people worked really hard, and they pulled together a great show.
I like the little fonts
Western?
there, the
Yeah,
Western
the West-
fonts. Those are very nice.
Try to keep it in theme. Let's see. Jupy, that was a late edition. That's a nickname he got in college, I think.
Did it have anything to do with that crazy hair of his?
Maybe. I don't remember. Somebody told me how I got the... Now, Matthew Garbera, I met him years ago when I worked at another animation studio.
And Kenya Reichert's from Texas.
Hey, howdy. Anybody else from Texas in here? Jesse Chusin. Jesse's from...
John Wadbow's from Egypt, which isn't really close to Texas, but it's close to the original story.
Yes.
Yep.
And let's see, voice. There you are, Mike Nawrocki. Look at all those people you do.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
And Pease. Jim Poole. And Mike Sanderson. Oh, did one of the voices coming up here?
Yep.
He's
from Texas.
He's
from Texas or the South?
No, from Texas.
From Texas. Oh.
And
great.
I've lived in Texas. My dad was born in Texas.
I
My
mentioned-
son was born in Texas. My wife was born in Texas.
Holy cow. Okay.
Anything songs going by? These are fun. Bob Lee wrote a lot of lyrics on these. We changed very little of his lyrics, I think, if I remember correctly. It was 6 months ago. And the Belly Button song.
Belly Button.
La 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 la. Hey, and Jay Elder played as Michael Pitts right there. He played the violin. It's David Pitts' son, who is our producer.
From Oklahoma?
From Oklahoma.
Uh-huh. Yep. We got genuine southern western roots.
Yes.
Yep.
And they all have cowboy boots. I don't have cowboy boots myself, nor a cowboy hat.
David actually sold his cowboy boots, or he gave them away when he first came to Chicago, and then he later regretted it. So I've heard. Yeah.
Now when I did the coming attractions for one of the other DVDs, and I borrowed Buddy Lewis's cowboy hat to wear in that, so it's not my own. And we have to find out what the sound is at the A-pop. My kids wait till the end of every show. They want to find out what this. In fact, when I start a new show,
Let me see if I can guess.
What it?
Kickball.